Data scientist. Here's how to crush your next interview and get an offer. Have you ever been forced to deal with the cold brutality of an email beginning with, "We regret to inform you," after seemingly pouring your heart out into an application for a data scientist position? Don't worry, you're not alone. Rejection is a cornerstone of the data scientist lifestyle, from runtime errors to job applications. After today, however, you'll know how to separate yourself from the competition and nail that next interview. But you'll probably still have to deal with those pesky runtime errors. Welcome to Kofi Group. We're the executive recruitment specialists dedicated to matching software developers and machine learning engineers on a direct hire basis with VC-backed startups in San Francisco, Silicon Valley, New York, and Austin. Our videos cover hiring tips and strategies for startups, software engineering, data science, interview preparation, salary negotiation, remote work, recruitment tips, and much more. Subscribe now for the latest software engineering and machine learning insights, invaluable hiring tips, and the best career building advice on YouTube. We've asked a few hiring managers from the industry for their insights about what goes wrong during the interview process, and for suggestions on how you can avoid the common pitfalls that result in a disappointing email. What skills should you have? Now, we're assuming that everyone who applies to be a data scientist is skilled in, well, data science. So how do you make sure that you stand out amongst all the other freshly qualified candidates? How do you convert that interview into an offer? We'll cover the do's, the don'ts, and the industry secrets to help you land that dream job in data science. Number 1, learn the math and keep up with trends. Dr. John Avon, PhD, Director of Engineering, shares that most bootcamp level data scientists have some major shortcomings. The first and foremost is that they neither have a deep understanding of the mathematics they are applying, nor the ability to say why they are using a certain algorithm. Similarly, Dr. Jack Wang, a leading algorithm and machine learning engineer, provides 3 essential tips to ensure that you stand out from your competition. Number 1, practice, practice, practice. Knowing the theory behind data science is well and good, but usually I find that people with little practical experience have a harder time finding ideal data science positions. One resource I recommend is Kaggle.com to get data sets in practice. Number 2, constantly look for new things to learn. Data science and machine learning is an extremely active field. New things come out on a daily basis. It is important that a data scientist keeps up with the latest developments in the field. Number 3, have a strong engineering background. Data scientists often ignore foundational computer science and engineering concepts because they believe that they work with data and statistics. Therefore, engineering is not or should not be part of their toolbox. That thought is very dangerous. In fact, every company that I've talked with had a requirement of at least some understanding and experience of engineering. Writing code that performs and having the ability to take the code all the way to release in production are very important. Number 2, read some theory and work on soft skills. Dr. Avon also recommends that all of this practice should be supplemented by theory. Books such as Machine Learning and Security by Clarence Chio and David Freeman and Elementary Linear Algebra by Howard Anton can help give you a mathematical and technical edge over competitors. But data science isn't all programming and mathematics. Having excellent soft skills can really set you apart from other potential candidates. Data scientists are also consultants. For these skills, Dr. Avon recommends books such as Body Language for Business by Adrian Furno and The Art of Servant Leadership by Tony Barron, just to name a few. Number 3, validate theoretical knowledge with experience. Additionally, Dr. Avon suggests that any potential data scientist should bolster their skill sets through practice, advising that they should get involved with online competition, example Kaggle and related tech skills. Learn Python OOP, there is lots of stuff out there. And try getting certifications, even though they are just paper, from the Python Software Foundation. Coursera and similar don't mean anything. Avon encourages experimentation and tinkering. Learn a cloud platform and get certified. He says, just choose one and go. But learn basics of what you are doing before you do something foolish. Learn Docker and Kubernetes. There is a lot of new stuff happening there. Kubeflow, Kubeless, Native, Polyaxon, Selden, and Argo. Learn Dask and Ray and get experience with Rapids.ai. Find new things and experience them. But having an impressive resume and dashing smile isn't going to be enough to make it in the competitive data science industry. Companies allocate a certain amount of their budget every year to hiring new talent. And so it's up to you to prove to them that you can fit in and be a valuable asset. Dr. H.J. Wassenaar, a director of analytics, suggests that a few basic simple steps can help you demonstrate your value to the potential employer. In my experience as hiring manager, he says, the candidate often doesn't have sufficient problem-solving skills. That can be helped by knowing lots of different statistical and modeling techniques, developing a deep toolbox. Also, especially important is the understanding of the basics of probability and statistics. It's the latter where many of my candidates stumble. If you know that you have an area of weakness that your competitors may have as a strength, it could be time to sharpen those skill sets. It's definitely beneficial to make sure that you are able to understand the work at a deeper level. But companies aren't just looking to hire people with a high typing speed. Showcasing that you can integrate well into a business, team environment, and culture can seriously give you an edge. Dr. Avon says, without soft skills, a data scientist is maybe only slightly more than an academic statistician. If they cannot integrate with the business, talk with them to discover needs and discuss solutions, and so on. Then, the solutions they create will be manifestations of their own imagination and have zero business value. This is an issue I have seen happen numerous times and is a big driver as to why you hear stats like 7 out of 10 data science projects never make it to production. Are your soft skills as strong as your technical qualifications? Type skilled in the comment section below and let us know which soft skill you think is crucial in data science. So now, an important question to ask yourself. What tangible impact have my skills made on my work? Someone could have perfect mathematical knowledge of the theory behind machine learning and AI. But if they are unable to apply those skills to any of their projects, they'll fall behind the curve when it comes to interviewing for a job in the industry. Demonstrating your ability to apply your skills to real-world projects during the interview will show the interviewer that you could be a valuable asset to the team. What not to do. Up until now, we've mentioned things you should do in order to create a good impression on the company you're interviewing for. But now we're going to discuss the things you shouldn't do. Number 1. Don't overemphasize your education. Dr. Wassenaar expresses how paid programs like Coursera help, but they are not a must. If you know your stuff, you know your stuff. You don't need an expensive course for that. Hence, you shouldn't use sites like Coursera as proof of your ability. Show the employer that you not only understand the content, but are able to use that content to bring value to the team. Number 2. Don't trust courses to give you a deep enough understanding of the concepts. Boot camps and online courses don't delve deep enough into the concepts in order for you to confidently say that you understand them and can apply them thoroughly. Dr. Avon stresses this point. You can't get away with just saying you took a class. Be prepared to prove you fully understand that knowledge. Similarly, education does not carry as much weight as tangible experience, as the former only highlights a theoretical understanding, while the latter is evidence of your ability. Dr. Wassenaar expresses how he values experience over knowledge. What can the candidate do with that knowledge? That's what I'm interested in. Having relevant work experience on your resume helps to get past the initial screen. If they are lacking experience, the candidate could list a relevant school or personal data science project. Showcase the breadth of your abilities. When preparing for the interview, keep in mind that you should be able to provide evidence for your abilities beyond certificates and degrees. GitHub is a great way to highlight projects that you've worked on and the value you added to them, demonstrating to the interviewer that you have a deep enough understanding of data science concepts to apply them to real-world projects. Additionally, it's crucial that the skill set you do present to the employer is both applicable and broad. When asked about hiring for data science, Dr. Avon stated, "Someone with machine learning and engineering skills, or a data engineer with machine learning background, will offer greater cross-functionality. They will write better code and in doing so, deliver a better product that will get into production faster, present fewer errors, and is more easily maintained by others." However, adding DevOps skills is important. This means that the data scientist can write unit tests against their code, build continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous testing, and work the entire data science lifecycle. The continuous testing part is unique. It is the MLOps component that differentiates data science from traditional software engineering needs. It's a huge bonus if a data scientist can manage infrastructure as code as well. Hence, ensure that your skill set isn't too specialized. Demonstrating that you can work on a variety of different problems and incorporate multiple skills into your work can mean the difference between a "we regret to inform you" and a "we are delighted to inform you" when Judgment Day finally comes. Rejection can be demoralizing, especially when you thought the interviews went in your favor. But remember, we've all been there, and the best thing you can do after a rejection is analyze what went wrong and how you can improve for next time. And trust us, there will be a next time. Ensure that you understand the theoretical fundamentals, but don't skimp out on practice. There are many different sites such as Kaggle, LeetCode, and HackerRank, which allow you to practice your skills from the basics up to advanced concepts. Once you have these skills mastered, make sure you know how to show them off. Tinker around, make projects, and gain tangible experience. These things are going to be what set you apart from the others and demonstrate to your employer that they should take you seriously. Data science is a competitive industry, but if you have the right skills and you know how to present them, your email inbox will start to look a lot more optimistic. We hope you enjoyed Data Scientist. Here's how to crush your next interview and get an offer. If you learned something from this video, please click that thumbs up button and let us know in the comments if there's any recruitment, technology, or startup-specific content you want us to cover next. To be the first to see other amazing recruitment, employment, and startup strategy videos, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on. At Kofi Group, we're the executive recruitment specialists dedicated to matching software developers and machine learning engineers on a direct hire basis with VC-backed startups in San Francisco, Silicon Valley, New York, and Austin. We help startups outcompete FAANG, or Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, and big tech in the highly competitive war for talent. To benefit from a confidential conversation about your career and some of the best opportunities for software developers in startups today, contact Kofi Group today.